Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of City Skylines, where in the last episode we built our... Was that the last episode? The water treatment facility? Not quite sure. It's been a while since I recorded the last episode, and last couple of times we did forest industry, Sheffield Heights extension, Eden project is something we did recently. The water treatment facility we did recently. Plenty of things got done the last couple of episodes, and when you are looking at the map from above like this, you probably see a couple of things that are different. Between episodes, I decided to add a little bit of infrastructure and detail some of the existing infrastructure. One thing that is obviously new is this tunnel right here. It goes beneath the waterway where the cruise ships go, and it starts at the highway exit for our amusement park. And the road that was coming up along the amusement park, which was going to lead to our campsite, which is still going to be here, is now a little bit of a bigger road. And it leads into a nice looking tunnel, which should probably be a little bit lower looking at the water, but it's all right. It's functional. That's the most important thing. Comes out on this side and leads to our peninsula where the touristy zone is going to be. Also on this island, we now have this three-way highway intersection that I downloaded from the workshop and adjusted for our needs, so that the highway coming in from the right now goes into our financial district, but also continues straight on. So we have another access point for people going to the peninsula when we're ready to build over there. And the last thing, no, not the last thing, second to last thing I did was we had these railroad tunnels beneath the same river as this tunnel, and I detailed the entrances a little bit with some tunnel blocks, some stone, some plants, all three of them. This one now goes nice and down. This one is quite simple, and then on this side I did a little bit of detailing as well. If you want to see the time lapses of those detailing and infrastructure creation, then you can head over to my Patreon. There is a extra bonus video on my Patreon with just the time lapses of how I did that and some nice cinematic shots. So head on over there if you want to see that. Now, if I remember to do it in the edit, we probably started with a nice little time lapse of a new highway entrance, and that is this one. As you can see, it's a nice high capacity one. It's already being used by plenty of people. It was a little bit of a tight fit, especially here with this trumpet intersection. We have no two-lane highway in between coming on and going off, but there is a node in the middle so people can change. So cars coming over here and onto the highway aren't forced to go back off again. So that's good. Same goes for over here. We actually have a couple of nodes in the middle here. So if you go on the highway, you're not immediately forced to go right. So this is a nice high capacity highway intersection that we built. And you might be wondering, well, why did we build that here in the middle of absolutely nowhere? Well, that is because of today's plan. Because today I want to start building a small regional cargo airport right about here. And the reason I want to do that is because, well, first of all, we have plenty of room over here. And we have two industries on either side, so it would be a nice little central area for a cargo airport. Also, I was looking around the city and I noticed that we don't have any airports. And I always planned on creating a big international airport somewhere here in the water, in the middle of the bay or alongside it here. But I think a cargo airport is something that we can really use, especially with all the traffic issues and cargo train issues that we had. Now that we've added a couple of more cargo stations, traffic is no longer an issue. You see, it's quite busy, but everything's flowing, nothing's backing up. Same goes for this cargo station over here. Everything is nicely flowing, nothing's backing up. It's being used, it's busy, but no traffic jams. This one also being used, a little bit less than the other two, but you know, it helps alleviate a little bit of the pressure of the other two. And I think a cargo airport is something that we can probably use to get even more pressure off the train network. Plus, it'll probably look very cool. So why not give that a shot? And then after that, I don't know how long it's going to take. I've never built a cargo airport, at least not the modular one that is in the airport area. So not sure how long that's going to take. But after that, I think we need to build in another 1 or 2 islands over here to make sure we make some progress with the financial district as well. Not forget about it, because we've been doing a lot of side projects lately. But one of the main goals for the next couple of episodes is to finish the island, at least the middle part over here, finish it, and move on to the peninsula for the touristy district, because I have a whole lot of ideas for the beach, for a strip-like road with casinos and hotels and stuff like that. And now that we have a whole lot of the infrastructure in place, I actually can't wait to get started on that. But today's first little project is going to be a cargo terminal, cargo airport. So let's get started with that. here we have it, our cargo airport. It came together a lot smoother than I anticipated, mainly because this asset over here, this cargo airport terminal, this is actually a beautiful asset. It looks really nice with all the trucks in front and all the gates, the entranceway. It has a little bit of a garbage issue. I think this could be a nice area to add another waste transfer facility. Let's see, we have some room back here. Let's put it in down there. Excellent. Now it looks pretty good. It isn't very complicated. It's just 4 aircraft stands, a refueling station, some hangars, the main asset. I added a helicopter depot just in case we want to add some helicopter transport in the future. Also added some warehouses, obviously, because this is a good place for storing goods. I added a fire helicopter depot and a normal firehouse. So just a simple cargo airport, single runway. Functionally, it works perfectly. Only thing that is missing is a control tower. And reason for that is because the control towers that come with the, the airport DLC, they have to be placed on a Concorde. And I don't have any passenger traffic over here. I just wanted cargo traffic. And that's also the one downside of this airport, because airports can only grow by, getting passengers. So this will never be more than a 1-star airport. Plus, we don't make any money, because making money from airports is only ticket sales. And since we are only a cargo airport, we don't sell tickets. So this is costing us about 6 grand a week, which is unfortunate, which brings our weekly income back into the negatives. We started with about 2 million and now we are at 1.2, 1.3. Traffic in this area, it's very busy, but it's not too bad. The high capacity interchange I made seems to be doing its job very well, especially because there's only one side of the highway that all the cars want to go to, because there's nothing on that side. Yeah, looking pretty nice. Needs a control tower. I'll go to the workshop, see if I can download one from over there. These roads over here, they are now filled to the brim with cargo traffic. But if we take a look at our traffic, we are still at 76%. And we are still at no despawning, hard mode. And of course, my color correction is gone again. Thank you very much. Excellent. So yeah, I think that is a nice little addition to this area over here. Next up, I think we're going to do another one of these little islands, these 2 little islands. Maybe we do the sports arena over here. Fill in this little point over here, all the way down to the bottom, so we can finish the tram network. I think that would be a good idea, because I need to redraw a couple of the lines anyway. So yeah, let's do that. Let's put down the sports arena and finish our tram network, and also redraw all the tram routes. right, here we are. We filled in this little piece of this island corner over here. The sports arena was a little bit smaller than I anticipated, but we made it work nonetheless. Also, I filled in this little island and we filled in this little island. We detailed the tram stop over here, added the Amsterdam Rijksmuseum as a little extra tourist attraction with a little bit of park on the opposite side. I also finished this part where the central station is. On the right side we did the same as on the left. We added a little park, some trees, some paths to this part. And on this side I didn't want to put in any residential or really any buildings, so I just plopped down a couple of plazas we had not used so far. I also used the plastic surgery center, and I added a couple of small cargo service points because the pedestrian area is really busy. I really like how it looks. But that also means that all the shops in the pedestrian area, they need a whole lot of goods. So I put in 3 small cargo service points, made the building look like one building. That's actually a very clever asset. So you can do that. Added a couple of, condos on the backside here. And it's coming along nicely. We now have a connection between over here on the island and over here. There is a continuous zone where there are buildings. On this side, we only need to add a couple more buildings over here. And we have the stock exchange over here. I wasn't really sure if I was going to keep it. I plopped it down in here, just so we could use the features of the stock exchange. But I think we're going to keep it here. I'm going to move it a little bit closer to the left, maybe add a parking lot at the back. Some more trees over here, I think. And yeah, it's coming along really nicely. There are only a couple of spots left over here for us to fill in before we can move on to the peninsula and start with our touristy district. I also added a control tower to the airport. This one I found on the workshop. It looks alright. It's probably a little bit too tall for this airport, but I like the way it looks. So we're going to keep it. I also added a little weather radar so we can see what the weather is. That's something, that happens in airports. Also, I fixed the taxiway. I noticed that some of the taxiways were to the left, where it's a loop that goes counterclockwise. Some of these on the bottom here, they were the wrong way, so I fixed those. I'm also thinking maybe we can add a teeny little bit of a passenger airway / concourse on this side of the airport, just so we can make a little money of it. It would still be a 1-runway airport. I won't add any other runways, maybe a little bit more taxiway, but maybe we can add a little bit of a concourse over here for passengers and have 1 or 2 passenger bays, just a tiny bit, because I used to live near Maastricht-Aachen Airport in the Netherlands, and although it is primarily a cargo airport, it does have a few passenger flights going in and out, and it does have a few holiday destinations. So maybe we can add just a few and hopefully earn a little bit of money with the airport, because now it's just a 1-star cargo airport that only costs us money. It has no income whatsoever because the only income is for selling passenger tickets. So anyway, today we added our little cargo airport. We continued building out our financial district. We have a new sports arena. Oh, that's not the button that I wanted. We added a lot of residential over here. We added a lot of residential over here. We added the Rijksmuseum. And everything is coming along nicely. And this has been everything for today. I want to thank you all very much for watching. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye bye.